Today we're going to pay a very special tribute to my favorite Ninja Turtle who recently passed away. We have a little bit more new details on Ninja Turtles 2 getting ready to be released. Secret Wars is getting ready to cancel 33 titles. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the pictures being released for some of our big comic book movies. What's up, everybody? Welcome to TotallyAFan, the show where I, a total fan, come to you and I bring you news of movies, TV, video games, comic books, everything involved in the world of fandom, and I bring that information to you. Now, before I get started, I want to pay a very special tribute to one of my favorite Ninja Turtles of all time. I got him in a pop vinyl format, Mr. Donatello. Donatello is very special to me as well as the Ninja Turtles are. I'm very passionate about martial arts, and I have to thank these guys for it. They were one of the first ones that got me inspired into doing martial arts and to being really passionate about it. And Donatello, especially being the nerdy one, I used to get picked on as a kid, and it wasn't very fun. And with Donatello being the nerdy one and seeing how cool Ninja Turtles were, I was able to kind of connect and kind of look up to Donnie. So that's why Donnie's been my favorite Ninja Turtle of all time. Now on with the news, and IDW is the current publisher of the Ninja Turtle comics. They recently did Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters, but they've been doing Ninja Turtles since the beginning. Now in the comic book universe, in the issue number 44 of IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was a very fierce, ferocious battle on all fronts. Leo, Raph, and Mikey were fighting against Krang to stop the Technodrome from terraforming the planet. While Donatello was at home base, taking care of everything that he does. You know, Donatello does machines, after all. In an attempt to prevent that plan from failing, Shredder sent Bebop and Rocksteady to go fight Donatello at home base. Now, with the help of Metalhead, unfortunately, Donnie did not survive. With a sledgehammer to the shell, Bebop killed Donatello in issue number 44 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. For me, it was very sad because he's my favorite Ninja Turtle, but it was something interesting to see them do, considering that, you know, everything they've been doing with this revamp that's been going on, actually, is to try to be a little bit more realistic, and I definitely think they were able to get closer to something like that with the death of a Ninja Turtle, or with the death of a character. It just sucks that it had to be Donatello. Obviously, Michelangelo's probably everybody's favorite because he's the party dude. Leonardo the leader, probably a close second, and Raphael maybe being the top number one just because he's the badass. So it kind of makes sense why Donatello would be the one to go out of the main characters, because he's the nerdy one. But again, it's very sad, and I'm very, sad that I'm the one that has to bring this to you. Now, the writers Tom Waltz and co-creator Eastman, again, are the ones who are looking to make it a little bit more realistic, kind of bring it back to its original roots. So you can definitely expect a lot more stuff to come out of them in the following issues that really touch home, that really are kind of nitty and gritty, but something a little more realistic than where they were going with their other mediums. So to Donatello, my favorite Ninja Turtle, I pay a very special hat tip to you, sir, and hopefully if they ever decide to reboot the Ninja Turtles in the comics, we get to see you again. That sucks. In related news, we announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 was going to be released, and we actually got this information about a day after the Ninja Turtles produced by Michael Bay movie was released in theaters, almost a year ago. We initially stated that the movie was going to be released on June 3rd of 2016. However, at this point in time, we do have some new information. One of these bits of information is that they are going to start filming in April, meaning that it's getting ready to come out. We're going to get a bunch of new leaks and stuff like that. And just the way we started back last year, we're going to do it again this year. So we're definitely going to be the ones to leak out Ninja Turtle stuff. So make sure that you guys follow us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/TotallyAFan. Now, the second bit is that director Jonathan Liebesman isn't coming back. We're actually going to be getting the director from Echo, Mr. David Green. He's the one who's going to be coming back. I honestly liked what he did with District 9, and I haven't seen Echo just yet, but it did look good. So I'm kind of excited to see a new direction. However, because it is still being produced by Michael Bay, I'm still kind of having my, not doubts, but kind of like, oh man, great, I'm coming out with another one. Now, many fans are upset of the creative direction that they were going with the first one, obviously with the whole rumor about them being aliens, then with the actual product of the movie. it definitely feels like a Transformer movie. It definitely feels like the Turtles aren't in the movie enough. Honestly, I understand why. CGI and costs and stuff like that is expensive to have them in the movie 24/7. However, when you're making a movie about the Ninja Turtles, they can't be in there 50-50. They need to be in there a majority of the time. I felt like the first one was centered too much around April and too much around the human element and not enough about the Turtles, which, if you watch the original Ninja Turtles movie, it is centered around the Ninja Turtles. That's a big thing that really angered me about the movie and why I kind of don't like the movie, but I do recommend to at least watch it, just because when the Turtles are on screen, it is great. It's pretty enjoyable. But other creative issues that I had was with character design. But that's beside the point. Megan Fox and William Fichtner, Fichtner who plays Sax, who everybody thought was the Shredder, who I personally think was a Shredder, but they had to reshoot it so that fans wouldn't be all pissy about it. They are coming back. We're not sure if we're going to get everybody else back just yet. Obviously, with more information, we'll definitely let you guys know. But again, the movie is set to come out June 3rd, 2016. Now, I can't remember if we said it on the show a couple weeks back, maybe even months back, or if we talked about it on TotallyAFan.com, but I want to kind of reiterate that the Secret Wars is coming back. And what the Secret Wars is basically a test to test good and evil. So that issue and that story arc is getting ready to kick off. And supposedly the senior vice president of marketing has stated that they are going to be canceling 33 titles of the Marvel comic book universe. Some of these titles include the Avengers, Thor, Iron Man, X-Men, and Spider-Man. However, some of the other titles include comics that were based off individual characters that were part of an overall team, such as Captain Marvel, Star-Lord, even Rocket Raccoon, Storm, and Nightcrawler, and a bunch of other characters. Now, what is basically going to happen is, starting May 2nd, on Free Comic Book Day, by the way, Secret Wars will be launching its efforts to kind of reinvent Marvel. Kind of like what DC did with New 52. For those of you that don't know, DC basically rebooted their whole franchise in the comic book universe with what they called the New 52, which was supposed to be a launch of 52 new titles. Marvel will be doing the same, as it will be combining their Marvel universe with their Ultimate Universe, combining it together to creating a whole new set of comics, rebooting the whole franchise, basically. Now, in the episode, I believe that we stated that the Ultimate Universe was for Marvel to kind of prepare a possible movie universe expansion. A lot of the costumes were redesigned to make it seem like it could be sewn together, that it could actually be made for a movie. And in fact, a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe costumes were kind of played off and kind of built and designed around the Ultimate Universe characters. So, with this new universe, we're being told that it's going to be a similar thing with Ultimate, how they're going to try to focus a little bit more towards the cinematic universe in terms of the new characters, armor, their new designs, and everything like that. However, stories are going to continue on as we know them to be in the comic universe. So the SVP of marketing in a recent report stated that they're going to let the creators write a last days type of story arc to end their current comic runs, and that they also have the option of kind of getting in and kind of briefly telling their story for Secret Wars, but essentially Secret Wars is going to be rebooting it all. So that's going to take place, and that's going to happen again on Free Comic Book Day, May 2nd of this year. Alright, so with all these new movies getting ready to come out in the comic book universe, both DC and Marvel, as well as other things as well, we are starting to get a bunch of pictures, and we're going to talk about those pictures today. Aquaman's picture with Jason Momoa was released a couple months ago, and a lot of people were like, oh man, this is so awesome, we get our first look. But a lot of people were confused in regards to what was going on with the picture. Jason Momoa has a lot of tattoos on his left shoulder, and a lot of it are Maui symbols that represent strength and things of that nature. And a lot of those designs are basically like the shark tooth, kind of triangle looking things, and a bunch of other designs as well. And what I like is that Zack Snyder and the guys at DC decided to actually use that tattoo as a type of armor inspiration for Aquaman. So on Aquaman's right shoulder, you see he's got like a big shoulder plate, and a lot of the designs on that plate are very similar to the tattoo. In addition, I don't know if it's if he got an extension of his arm sleeve, or if they just did it for the purpose of the movie. But his whole left sleeve looks like more armor in tattoo format. So it's really cool how they took those designs, those Maui designs, and implemented it with Aquaman's overall design. And I think it's super cool, and I'm super excited for it, and I liked it. A lot of people weren't really sure. A lot of people were kind of hating on it, but a lot of other people, actually a majority of people, were totally behind it because it's a first look at an awesome Aquaman. Unfortunately, Aquaman's been getting a lot of crap since the Super Friends. So he's getting a really nice look, and he looks badass. Within the last week, we also got our first look at Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. In the picture on the cover of Entertainment Weekly, this guy looks pretty badass. He looks villainous. He definitely looks like he's plotting something. And he looks like a Lex Luthor. He looks the part. However, I'm still having my doubts just because Jesse Eisenberg's overall, the way he plays his characters are kind of like, I almost want to say something nerdy, but it's kind of around that realm. It's really hard to explain, but a lot of you guys who have seen his work know what I'm talking about. And to see this guy play a Lex Luthor is kind of like, I don't know. I'm just going to wait for the movie to make any judgments. Honestly, right now he looks great. He definitely looks the part. So we finally get a leaked picture of the Fantastic Four from the front, and we get a nice view of all four of them. Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, and Sue Storm. However, we also get our look at the Thing. Now, the Thing in the original Fantastic Four looked pretty good. I liked it. But this Thing here, I'm telling you, man, he looks pretty badass. He kind of reminds me of the Thing from the show, the Fantastic Four show that was released back, I think, in the 80s. But he looks a little bit, I don't know. He has a nice look to him that's kind of gritty. Something that the one in the previous Fantastic Four movies didn't bring. So it's very interesting that we finally get to see it. Now, because it's a leaked picture, we're not getting really good quality out of it. So that's something that I'm definitely going to wait to see. Once we get something that looks a little nicer, with maybe a little bit more color, I definitely think we can get some great out of that. But as of now, that picture that we got is pretty good. And I kind of have hopes for it. But like I said, the trailer didn't really do anything for me. I'm not excited, but I'm not like, oh, I'm not going to go watch it. I don't have that type of feeling towards this movie. But with this picture, I am a little bit more hyped about it. And I have heard that some people are getting a little bit more interested in it. So it's just something that we're going to have to wait and see, obviously, when the movie gets released. But so far, it's looking okay. Alright, guys, so that's the show. Totally a Fan. Before I go, I want to announce a couple things. So we here, or rather myself, have been making some moves, been making some business choices and things like that. And I'm very happy to announce that we have a new family member to Totally a Fan. Sorry. I have here the Canon Rebel T3i. I'm hoping to improve our video quality, as well as possibly do some things with the show and kind of push it forward. I'm very happy that I got this camera. The camera is awesome itself, and I just can't wait to move forward with this. But this is our new family member to Totally a Fan, and I can't wait for you guys to start seeing some of our new videos. It won't be start of Season 3 just yet, but it definitely would be increase in quality, obviously, here. In addition, I am looking towards moving closer towards better sound quality, so we can definitely expect that. But for the most part, you know, it's a great purchase. I love Canon products, by the way, and I'm not trying to sell them, but I'm happy that we got this as our new production equipment, and it's going to be awesome. Alright, guys, so that's the show. In case you guys need to stay up to the minute with anything related in the world of fandom, definitely make sure that you guys are following us on TotallyAFan.com, where we're posting up to the minute information. In addition, you guys can also comment and stuff like that. Reach out to us on there for any specific news, or if you guys have any questions, you can reach to us there. But as always, if you guys do have any other questions, comments, or any concerns, you definitely feel free to mail it, book it, tweet it, or post it down below to let us know. I kind of messed up that line, but it's okay. But that's it for us at Totally a Fan. So, guys, we'll see you then, and until then.